is they put all the competitors' names in a hat, and then they pick out who's going to be the appreciation winner, and you get it this year.
Perfect. It's always better to be lucky than good.
So, okay, we're getting ready. Your car is racing up next. I know you got to get to pit road. Congratulations to you. Doug, the Modifieds are about to roll out the headline division of the North-South Shootout. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is show time here at the Caraway Speedway for the 18th annual John Blewett III Memorial North-South Shootout. And we're going to go from the back of the pack to the front, starting in the 21st position in that number 39 machine. It'll be Carlos Gray. In the 20th spot, he drives that number 21 machine. It'll be Jim Gavick. In the 19th position, he'll pilot the number 18 machine. It'll be Daniel Yates. In the 18th position, the driver comes to us from Florida. Deerfield Beach, Florida, to be exact. That'll be the number 48 machine of Johnny Kievman. In the 17th spot, he drives the number 8 machine. He finished 18th in points in the ROC Modified Tour. A regular at the Spencer Speedway, it's Chris Finacciario. In the 16th position, he drives the Danny Watts Racing Nocella Paving number 82 machine, a champion in the VMRS Modified Series, a former winner of the Boston Louis Seymour Memorial in Midgets. He's competed in the Chili Bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Nocella. In the 15th position, the driver comes from the ROC Modified Tour. He's done time here in the North-South Shootout. Please welcome Austin Kokanash. In the 14th position, we'll go the number 14. It goes to the ZMAX-sponsored Racing Electronics-sponsored number 14 for Bobby Meismer Jr. out of Concord. In the 13th spot, he drives the Body Armor number 79 machine for the Hillbilly Racing Team. It's the one-man Taliban. In 13th, James Savali. In the 12th position, a former NASCAR Southeast Series champion, formerly known as All-Pro, also one of the head figure men over at Fury Chassis. It's the 00 of Jeff Fultz. In the 11th position, he drives the Gary Putnam-owned number 77. Curb Records is the sponsor for Max McLaughlin from Mooresville, North Carolina. In the 10th position, he drives the PSR Products number 17 from upstate New York. It'll be Tommy Catalano. In the 9th position, this driver is a 3-time ROC Modified champion. He picked up a win this year in the ROC Modified Tour. It will be Patrick Emmerling starting 9th. In the 8th position, this driver won here at the Caraway Speedway back just 2 weeks ago on October 24th. It'll be the green and white number 25 machine of John Smith. In the 7th position, driving the number 16, the driver hailing from Connecticut. He's the 2011 NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour champion. That'll be the 16 of Ronnie Silk. In the 6th spot, driving the number 99, he is the SK Modified champion from the Stafford Motor Speedway. He has also raced in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour for the Gershow Motorsports team. It'll be Ronnie Williams. In the 5th position, this driver pilots the CitraSafe sponsored number 1 machine, Dirty South, a multi-time winner of the North-South Shootout, Burt Myers. This driver is known as the Iron Man of the NASCAR Whelen Southern Modified Tour. He has started every race they have run. He pilots the number 4 out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Myers. Starting in the 3rd position, the 2008 NASCAR Whelen Southern Modified Tour champion, driving for Grady Jeffries this weekend. He's also won with that team at the Bowman Gray Stadium. It's Brian Lofton. And on the outside pole, this driver picked up 2 wins on the NASCAR the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour this year at the Jennerstown Speedway, and closed out the season at the Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, winning the Sunoco World Series, driving the Riverhead Building Supply number 46 out of Miller Place, Long Island, New York. It's Craig Lutz. And starting on the pole in the PD Motorsports sponsored entry out of Northampton, Pennsylvania, this driver has won this event 6 times, looking for his 7th this year. He'll bring the field to the pole. It's Money Matt Hirschman. And that is your field, ladies and gentlemen, for the 18th annual John Blewett III Memorial North-South Shootout.
By the grace of God
and 600 horsepower,
gentlemen,
start your engines. The field comes to life. 21 cars strong, 650 horsepower under the hoods of each one of these mechanical monsters. 150 laps to be the distance. Matt Hirschman looking to come away with North-South Shootout victory number 7th this afternoon. It really is amazing if you look at the back and forth battle that the Hirschmans and the Myers had from 2005 to 2011, just that 6-year period where it would go back and forth between Matt Hirschman, Burt Myers, and then Matt Hirschman again. It really was amazing that for the better part of a decade, Victory Lane was occupied by either a Hirschman or a Myers. We're going to see what's going to happen this afternoon and see if Matt Hirschman, Money Matt, as he has been affectionately known, can pick up yet another victory in this prestigious event. Well, right now, pace laps around the track just to get some heat in the engines and for the drivers to just clean off the tires a little bit for what they may have on there. Got to get these cars up to operating temperature. The transmissions, the rear end assemblies also need to be working at optimal performance. You don't want to have anything too cold. It's really easy to be able to blow a seal or break something internally in these cars. We are coming to green this time by, ladies and gentlemen. Get off your seat and on your feet. These are the men who live by the grace of God and 600 horsepower. The Ground Pounders, the Mod Squad, the North-South Shootout Modifieds. Watch them off turn 4 as we send them on their way. Lutz will lead the charge down the back straightaway. He's going to pull Jason Myers alongside of him. Myers with a big dive to turn number 3. He'll file into that second spot. Brian Lofton working the outside of Hirschman, trying to get the third spot away from him. It looks like Hirschman battling back on the bottom, and they'll go side by side off turn number 2.
Keep your eye on it. Jason Myers had a great qualifying run. He has always been strong at Caraway Speedway. He's a former winner here on the Southern Tour, so he definitely knows how to get his way around. The question is going to be tire management.
Tire management and vision is also becoming a problem out there as well. We've reached a point of the day where the sun is right in these drivers' eyes as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Jason Myers takes the early race advantage. He starts to pull away from Craig Lutz. Hirschman in the 3rd spot. 4th spot is Brian Lofton. Hirschman looking to the inside but can't get the job done. Lofton right behind him in the 4th position.
We look back through the field. They are going nose to tail around this half-mile racetrack. Nobody wanted to really step out of line too much in this early part, but I noticed that there's some markers back in the back that some fast cars is going to get their way to the front.
Single file, though, coming down the front straightaway right now. No real bids for position just yet. Everybody just feeling the track out, feeling one another out, and really just trying to get some laps in. Top 10 all coming down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Little bit of a bid for position for the 4th spot. Burt Myers took a look to the inside of Brian Lofton, but it was just a quick look. Nothing else happened as the rest of the top 5, actually the top 10, are still single file. You're looking at John Smith right there in that number 25 machine, the green car, won here 2 weeks ago in the Smart Modified event. Eight laps are now up on the board. Rolling through the field, we're looking at James Savali in that white and neon-colored number 79 machine. He's chasing Jeff Fultz down the back straightaway. He's sandwiched right now between Fultz and Max McLaughlin in that blue number 77 machine. Max McLaughlin only with a handful of starts under his belt with an actual tour-type modified. He's actually finished 2nd in SK competition in the past. Won a few weeks ago in the Super Dirt Car Series at the Weed Sport New York racetrack up there on the dirt, driving a big block modified. 139 laps left to go in this race, and you're looking at the top 5 right now. Jason Myers has about a 2-car, 3-car length advantage over Craig Lutz in the Riverhead Building Supply number 46 machine. It's still very early in this race. It's way too early to make any type of evasive moves or really try to bid for a position just yet, because there's still so much of this race yet to go. Coming up on some of the lap traffic right now, Jason Myers, Lutz, the rest of the top 5 putting Carlos Gray in that number 35, number 39 a lap down. Carlos Gray coming down the front straightaway right now in that Himmer Graphics sponsored machine, giving courtesy to all of those cars coming past him. Looking at that number 17 machine, that's the PSR Products 17 of Tommy Catalano. We're usually seeing Tommy Catalano racing in the family-owned operation, but hooked up with Phil Stefanelli earlier this year at New Smyrna when they started the season off. They had a great showing down there. They really liked what they saw with Tommy Catalano. They had great chemistry, and now they hired Tommy Catalano to drive that number 17 machine. And on top of that, the Catalanos have become a dealer for PSR Products, which build a lot of the components for these modifieds. And not only do they just build components for modifieds, they also build their own chassis, and that car was completely built, soup to nuts, the engine included, in that shop.
Absolutely shows the talent that Phil Stefanelli has in being able to put cars together. We got caution out on the track as we've got, looks like Carlos Gray in the 39 machine looping it around down at the exit of turn 4 and sitting there to the entrance of pit road. "17 laps in the books.
Well, it looks like it was just a innocent spin from Carlos Gray in that number 39 machine. Carlos Gray drawing the first caution at lap 17 in this event. Jason Myers leading the way right now. Craig Lutz, the winner in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour twice this year, finishing the season out strong at the Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park in Connecticut, winning the Sunoco World Series. Let's take a look at some of the guys that were in our top 5 right now. Your leader is the number 4 of Jason Myers, of course, one half of Myers Brothers Racing, leads the way right now. The 46 of Craig Lutz runs in the second spot, races on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. In the third spot is Matt Hirschman, races in the ROC Modified Tour. And we've got some cars coming down pit road right now. It looks like it's going to be John Smith and James Savali. Also, in the number 82 of Anthony Nocella coming in. Looks like there's some work that's going to be done right now, some adjustments to the rear of James Savali's car. You can see the jack going up in the air. And it looks like Anthony Nocella's crew also going to work right now. It looks like they're also going to make a wedge adjustment and a stagger adjustment as well. Air pressure for that number 82 machine. You can see JJVC at the back of the car with the jack. He's going to work on it. And John Smith having some work done to the left front corner of his car. Don't know if he made contact with another car out there, possibly bending a tie rod.
The one thing we did not see is nobody going for any tires or anything this early. Wouldn't expect them to, but you just never know. That's a good time to make those adjustments as fast as this pace is going. I tell you what, it's not going to take long to click this thing off.
Well, you only get 4 tires in the race. You get an opportunity to change 4 tires. That's all. So what you want to do is save some of those tires for as late in the race as possible to make that charge to get back up to the front.
Well, you start on 4 freshmen that you qualified on. They were impounded. So that's what they've started on. So they've still got 4 tires waiting on them in the pits. Should they need more than that, they got 2 emergency tires. 2 emergency tires are set aside. but they must have an official and take them to the tire compound in order to get that pulled from the reserve.
The choose cone has been put out there on the racetrack. Craig Lutz opting for the outside. So does Brian Lofton. So does Ronnie Williams and Tommy Catalano. They run 4th, 6th, and 8th right now. And look who's crept up into the top 10. The youngster, Max McLaughlin, in that blue 77 car.
Always remember that's going to be a fast piece because it's got some good people behind it.
Coming back to the restart, a great restart by Craig Lutz. He's able to take the lead going into turn 1 with a move on the outside. But look at Jason Myers. Myers has got a car that can get down deep into turn 3. He can make that big dive to the bottom, and that's the advantage that he has over Lutz. Here comes Jason Myers trying to roll the top right now, gathering some momentum, and there it is. Pulling hard off the corner. He's able to take the lead again, going down at the turn 3. We've got one car stopped in the top of turn 1, and that is Brian Lofton. So it looks like the caution will fly one lap later on lap 18. Brian Lofton with some trouble out there on the track, pulling up to the top line of the track, drawing the caution. And he'll come down to the Grady Jeffries team. And it looks like they're going to get some work done on that car. Don't know if something is amiss in the engine. It looks like they're pulling the hood pins off, and it looks like they're trying to pull the air cleaner off the car right now. 18 laps are complete, and they're looking down in the carburetor of that race car right now. Don't know if they were seeing if they had something fall in there. But right now they're putting the air cleaner back together, going to put it back on Brian Lofton's car. Shady Grady Racing Team going to work on that car. The car owned by Grady Jeffries. Brian Lofton behind the wheel of it. The car in very capable hands. Brian Lofton, a very talented driver, a championship-winning driver also. That car won 2 championships with Jeremy Gerstner behind the wheel in the SMRS Modified Tour. A couple of more guys coming down pit road. John Smith again in that green and white 25 along with Johnny Kay. So it looks like Johnny Kay is going to take an air pressure adjustment for that number 48 machine. Looks like they're also going to make a shock adjustment on that car as well. You can see one of the crew members crawling underneath there and starting to go to work on that car, while a little farther up pit road, that green and white machine of the 25 of John Smith getting some service to the left front corner of that car. So we have 132 laps to go in this 150-lap race. We go back, I guess, to the previous lap because it wasn't completed, so it looks like Craig Lutz will get his spot back. And you know, I make a mistake all the time with Craig Lutz because I watched his dad race for so many years in the Charger division at the Riverhead Raceway. Eric Lutz, he had some success there at Riverhead Raceway, won a handful of races, and years later his kids started driving. His son Craig, and Craig did some time in the SK Modifieds at the Waterford Speed Bowl, and eventually moving over to the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, driving for the Goodale family. Pace car pulls down to the inside. The rest of the field starts to get in formation as they roll through turns 3 and 4. They're going to bunch up and hit the gas coming off the corner, and Jason Myers jams the inside lineup. There's trouble. Everybody's jumping as we've got three cars making contact. Finocchiario, Savali, and that number 21 machine involved. That car being driven by Jim Gavick. Like we will throw the red flag for this lap 18 restart crash on the front straightaway. A tough break here right now. We've got three cars piled up. Chris Finocchiario, one of them in that Dayglow 8 machine. The number 79 of James Savali, who had won the 602 modified race earlier in the day today, driving for Tony Gilson, finds himself parked to the inside. Doesn't look like there's any damage to James Savali's car. He's waving his hands to the official, just back me up so I can get out of here. I don't think he made heavy contact. It looks like he may be able to resume. As far as Finocchiario's car, I can't tell. Tough to see the front end from here. Don't know if there's any damage to it, but hopefully he'll be able to rejoin the field also.
I'm like you, Derek. I cannot quite pick up the amount of damage there. I can tell that the one machine that got a little bit concerned is Jim Gavick in that 21, because it looks like it took a little bit of a hard hit into the inside wall there. So, not that it could not be repaired, but I got to believe ball joint, and there's some damage there on that left front there.
Well, it all started on the restart as they were coming down the front straightaway. The outside line started to move. The inside line with Jason Myers in the lead. Don't know if he missed a shift or the engine sputtered or something, but he couldn't get going like Craig Lutz did, and everybody just started piling up behind him. And it's that domino effect, and it eventually worked its way back to James Savali and Gavick and all the others. And it looks like that Savali's got a Nerf bar pushed into the tire.
Yeah, I agree with you. That looks like that may be the damage there that took place on Savali's machine, the Hillbilly Racing machine.
Well, time to break out the sledgehammer.
Don't say that too loud, because David and them are not shy about doing that. See, what they do is they come to the attention of the crew. They're going to analyze it, make the moves on it real quick.
So as it stands right now, just looking back through the running order, Craig Lutz is your leader. Second is Jason Myers. Third is Matt Hirschman. Now remember, all of this is unofficial. We're just reading this off the race monitor. Third is Matt Hirschman. Fourth is Burt Myers. Fifth is Ron Silks. Sixth, Brian Lofton. Seventh, Ronnie Williams. Eighth, Jeff Fultz. Ninth, Tommy Catalano. 10th, Patrick Emmerling. 11th, Max McLaughlin. 12th, Austin Kokenash in the 66. 13th is Bobby Meismer Jr. Chris Finocchiario was in the 14th spot, but he is parked on the front straightaway right now. 15th, Johnny Kay. 16th, Anthony Nocella. James Savali was running 17th at the time of that incident. So was Jim Gavick. 19th was Daniel Yates. John Smith and Carlos Gray round out the rest of this 21-car field. So I want to thank all of you for joining us here this afternoon at the Caraway Speedway for the 18th annual John Blewett III Memorial North-South Shootout. Like we said in the past, it was a dream of Charles Kepley and Josh Jenkins to come up with a race like this. And the North-South Shootout was born in 2003 to have that race of champions type of feel to it, where you bring in the best of modified racing. And John Blewett III, of course, won that race in thrilling fashion, and it really just set the tone for what that race would become for years to come. Red flag currently on the racetrack, which means no work on the race cars to be happening right now. We've got Gavick's car being towed back into the pit area while we are under caution. And like we said, 2003 was the very first North-South Shootout. John Blewett III winning that race and setting the tone for it.
That was nice. I was there.
Oh, I was there, too. Matter of fact, we've been here for every single North-South Shootout. That's a bragging right that the two of us can definitely have. Not everyone in the field may have started every single North-South Shootout, but we've called every one of them.
We have.
I do remember John Blewett winning the first one and Donnie Leah winning the second one, of course. That's when the pedal car races started.
It was, and that was awful fun to see those pedal cars out here on Shootout weekend. That was always great, and that was something that Charles Kepler saw him do one time, and he says, we got to do that. So he had them all painted up, and we had our own little race.
Yeah, all the cars looked like modifieds from back in the day. That was pretty cool. But, John Blewett won the very first North-South Shootout in 2003. 2004 was won by Donnie Leah. 2005 was won again by John Blewett, becoming the first two-time winner of the North-South Shootout. Matt Hirschman became the second two-time winner of the North-South Shootout, winning in 2006 and 2007. And then from 2006 all the way to 2011, Doug, nobody but a Myers or a Hirschman sat in victory lane. It was the rivalry that went back and forth with them. 2006 and 2007, it was Matt Hirschman. 2008 and 2009, Burt Myers. 10 and 11, back to Matt Hirschman. So that was fun to see that happen. Matt Hirschman also being the very first driver in North-South Shootout history to win the race at two different tracks. He won in 2010 at Concord, 2011 at the Caraway Speedway. And then the following year, a Cup driver ended up in victory lane. Ryan Preece in 2012, winning here at the Caraway Speedway. Matter of fact, he backed it up 2 years later, becoming another two-time winner of this event. Matt Hirschman picked up the win in 2013. And, of course, 2015 was a huge announcement with the North-South Shootout going back to Concord, back to the original place. And NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour champion, I should say two-time champion now, Justin Bonsignore, won the North-South Shootout in 2015. 2016, quite possibly the biggest win of Andy Seiss's modified racing career when he won his very first North-South Shootout. Matt Hirschman, of course, returned again to victory lane. John McKennedy was a huge surprise in 2018 when he won. And then Andy Seiss, last year, won with the North-South Shootout's first appearance at the Hickory Motor Speedway. So that was pretty cool because Andy Seiss becoming only the second driver in North-South Shootout history to win at two different tracks. Thank all you folks that have come out and joined us here this weekend. Remember, there's a lot of great concessions that are being cooked down in the concession stands. Get yourself a hamburger, a slice of pizza. They've got French fries down there, candy, soft drinks, everything, right?
Oh, you're missing the world-famous item that comes out at the concession stand here at Caraway Speedway.
The pizza?
No. It's the funnel cakes, man. It is world-famous funnel cakes. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping to see a couple of fans walk by, and I'm hoping they're going to carry one of those funnel cakes, and I'm going to get to run down there and get me a piece. And daggone, them funnel cakes is good.
Well, we also want to remind you
I like to eat.
Yeah, we both like to eat, especially. We also want to remind you folks, if you want a souvenir of the event, you can head on over to CNC Sports Design. Chad Kepley and the folks are over there, and they have sweatshirts, T-shirts, hats, hoodies, everything you can think of, collectibles. They've got die casts, and you know what else they've got over there, Doug? They have got tables and racks of clearance, so you can get a memorial shirt or an event shirt on clearance over there at the clearance racks at the CNC Sports Design trailer.
Now, here's what I want them to do. I want them to clean out all the clearance items except for the extra large. Knowing that I go raid over there whenever we're not here, I go over and get my.
You don't look like an extra large, though.
Well, I used to be a little bit bigger than I am today. Whole lot fatter, about 40 pounds more. I got tired of hauling all that excess up and down these steps. So that's why I got skinny.
Hey, Hey, nothing wrong with
I'm
getting-
trying to get down to. I'm about to bet I might weigh less than you now.
You probably do, because I think I grew a Corona baby during the pandemic, so I got me a
I
bit
was
of a
going to
belly
say, you
going
put on a little bit of belly there, boy. I just going to tell you and warn you, that's what happens when you get over 40.
Listen, man, that's just good living, okay? All right, back to the racing action, and we are 18 laps into this event that finds the number 46 of Craig Lutz out in front.
I'm going to tell you, I get so excited whenever we do this North-South Shootout and I see these modifieds. And I can remember when we started in 2003 doing this. I'll be very honest, folks. I took a back seat to announcing the modifieds. And the reason I did, I had good people that knew about modifieds a whole lot more than I did, and they enjoyed it a lot more than I did. Now I don't think anybody enjoys it any more than me and you.
I tell you, it really is great, because when I first moved down here in 2001, modified racing wasn't as popular. I mean, the only thing that you really had to check out was the Smart Modified Tour that was here, and they were a great tour, real fun to watch. They were a bit of a privateer type of series, and you had about 15, 16 cars in it, which was cool. But this was late model country. It was modified, not modified country. It was a late model, full fendered type of area of the United States. But as the years have gone on, and we've seen a lot of guys moving from the north down south that go to work for a cup team, they also want to go and play and race on the weekends. And what do? They get a modified. And after the Southern Modified Tour went away, the Smart Tour went away, the NASCAR Whelen Southern Modified Tour kind of picked up where they left off. They were around for quite a few years, and, of course, the Southern Modified Tour dissolving. We've seen the SMRS Modified Tour come around, the Coma Unwind Modified Series, and now the Smart Modified Tour has made a resurgence and come back, and it really is great to see that now, modified racing has a place again.
Well, it's one of the strongest things that I've become to enjoy, and I was a full-fendered race enthusiast, calling races at Concord Motor Speedway, which was super late model racing, and that's where it was. And the first time I saw the IMSA Super Modifieds and saw the vapor trails go down, I said, they something to this. I kind of like this kind of thing. And then the modifieds just caught on in my heart. Man, they are strong. We've gone through the chews, and then we're getting ready to go back to racing action. 18 laps are complete, and I'm charged up, buddy. And I know that the call that you're going to give here is just going to be the most outstanding that you could ever want to do. Because, one, I know how much you love the modifieds, but secondly, these are the guys that you have spent your career working with.
It's also the guys that I've grown up watching over the years, so it's really cool to be able to turn it into a career, and we're going to see what's going to happen. We've seen Craig Lutz get the advantage on the restarts, and Jason Myers drive it deep into Turn 3, and it looks like we're going to see that again as Lutz takes the lead going into Turn 1.
Hirschman comes along with him on that outside, takes a look down to the inside. Not going to try to make that pass as they're going to roll out and complete. Lap number 19.
Slight contact going on out there. Jason Myers and Hirschman getting into it slightly, but everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction. Look at Ronnie Williams with a move to the outside of Burt Myers. Now he's trying to take Jason Myers. Ronnie Williams in that 99 machine up top in the black and white car. Down the back straightaway they go. Jason Myers still runs in that third position. Here comes Jeff Fultz in the black 00 up on the outside as well. Fultz started in the 12th spot at the drop of the green. He has now worked his way up to the 5th spot. So picking up 7 positions along the way comes that former All-Pro
Trouble on the
Series
back
champion.
stretch. I've got Burt Myers in that one car.
Slow down the back straightaway.
Slow headed into the pits. That's not going to be good if he has to come in and make a pit, because this is under green flag conditions, so he's going to lose laps.
The leaders still stay the same as they go down the back straightaway into Turn 3. No real bids for positions just yet. But we're going to watch Burt Myers go down and check out what the crew is going to do on that car. And it looks like they're going under the hood of the number 1 machine. And as that's going on, we're watching Matt Hirschman pressuring Craig Lutz for the top spot. 25 laps have clicked away so far. Craig Lutz out in front, second. Matt Hirschman, third. Jason Myers, fourth. Ronnie Williams, fifth. Jeff Fultz.
Well, I'm thinking right now that James Savali may want to get the pedal car out because he's going to need to get his Flintstone feet going a little bit faster because he's about to lose another lap.
Well, right now what James Savali is trying to do is he's trying to stay on the lead lap. He doesn't want to lose any time on the racetrack to any of the top competitors, because what you're really doing right now is racing the car to stay ahead of those leaders so they don't put you a lap down. Once they get that caution flag, Savali will be able to come back around and catch up with the tail end of the longest line, but you're watching him right there, and there's the leaders coming after him down the front straightaway. See, what we're seeing in between the difference of the top two right now is Craig Lutz has never been to this racetrack before. It's his first time to the Caraway Speedway, and he said really can't compare it to any place else that he's been to. Matt Hirschman, on the other hand, he's been here many times. He's won here in the past, not just in the North-South Shootout, but in some of the open competition races that they've had here. So Matt Hirschman knows this racetrack, and he knows how to get around it, and of course he knows the strategy for a long race here as well. There's Max McLaughlin in that blue number 77 machine. He is chasing Patrick Emmerling. That is the battle for 7th spot out there right now. So Max McLaughlin solidly inside the top 10 as he chases the 3-time ROC modified champion down the back straightaway. Max McLaughlin with a ton of experience so far at such a young age. Matter of fact, the first time I ran on dirt was in the 125cc class at Millbridge Speedway, and the guy that I was racing with that night was none other than Max McLaughlin, who ended up going on to win the race that night. And he was only, I think, 12 years old at the time, and he has a lot of talent. He's won in UMP modified type competition. He's won in micro sprints, outlaw karts. He's won also in big block dirt modifieds, the Super Dirt Car Series, and just recently last year winning at the Watkins Glen International on the road course in an ARCA car. A little bit deeper in the field, and that is Austin Kokenash trying to hold off the challenges of Bobby Meesmer Jr. in that black, white, and red number 14 machine. Meesmer Jr. goes to the inside of Kokenash. He'll take that spot away, and Meesmer Jr. has had some success here racing in the NASCAR Whelen Southern Modified Tour in the past. He's had some podium finishes and strong runs.
Well, that's Bobby Meesmer Jr. out of Concord. He's done a great job behind that as we look, and we see that 77 machine getting right to the inside of Patrick Emberling in the 07 machine. So Max McLaughlin getting the job done there, looking down on the inside. And he's got Tommy Camilano right with him as they all kind of got the corral. The 7 machine of Patrick Emberling.
That's the battle for 7th spot right now, with McLaughlin getting the position over Patrick Emmerling, and it looks like they're going to tow Catalano right along with him, and that's that PSR-sponsored number 17 machine. That car was completely built under one roof, right down to the engine. PSR products, components on that car. It's a PSR chassis, a PSR engine. So the leaders are now coming back to the line, and that's your leader. Oh, the caution flag flies on the speedway. Carlos Gray will bring out the caution on lap 40. So that will be the second time Carlos Gray will draw the caution here at the Caraway Speedway during the 18th annual John Blewett III Memorial North-South Shootout. That is the Himmer Graphics sponsored number 39 machine of Gray. 4 cautions so far in this event. The first one coming out on lap 17 for a spin by Carlos Gray in that number 39. The next caution came out on lap 18 with a 15 of Brian Lofton stopping on the track. Third caution on lap 18 again for that restart crash, and now the most recent one here, Carlos Gray again. Looking down in the pits, Brian Lofton and Burt Myers are on pit road. And it looks like Myers might be done for the day. It looks like he's out of the car. Tough break for Burt Myers.
They've been going underneath that for quite some time now. So when you say that, yeah, he may try to make some laps, but I think that day is pretty much done for Burt Myers.
A tough break for Burt Myers. Looks like they've got the valve cover off the car right now and looking at something on the top of the engine. Same thing with that number 15 of Brian Lofton. Brian Lofton's crew also looking down in the carburetor of that red and white Shady Grady Racing number 15.
That's kind of the second time that they've kind of come in and looked at that, haven't they? So
yeah, they have some sort of reoccurring issue that is popping up for them.
Chance for the lucky dog and somebody to get back on the lead lap. I'm going to check and see if Savali's one down or two down.
I'm willing to bet that Savali's pretty happy. He's going to join the tail end of the longest line.
Well, here we go. We got pit stops coming. You call them.
Right now, that's right. Here comes Patrick Emmerling to take on looks like a right rear tire. He's going to make a change. Austin Kokenash also looks like he's making a front end adjustment on that race car. It looks like a sway bar. A right rear tire is going to go on the number 82 of Anthony Nocella's car. And like we've said in the past, you have to protect the right rear at this racetrack. We've seen guys get very loose here. The track, you need forward bite off the corners here, and this track is notorious for chewing up the right rear. James Savali brings the body armor number 79 machine also to the crew, and it looks like they're going to do the same thing. It looks like they're pulling the air cleaner off that car right now as they are checking out if something is amiss in the engine. We've seen that from quite a few competitors so far today. Brian Lofton's crew looking under the hood of that car. The same thing with the 79 as well as the number 1 of Burt Myers. So James Savali's crew trying to get the service done that they need on that car as one of the crew members is making a quick air pressure adjustment. And it looks like Savali is going to be pushed down and away in that David Hill-owned number 79 machine. So there's 110 laps to go in this 150-lap affair. And we're seeing a lot of different strategies coming from competitors out there. Some guys came in early, took on tires. Some guys made some quick adjustments. Some guys, well, they were just looking under the hood, trying to figure out what's wrong with the car. And it looks like the choose cone is going to happen. Hirschman will take the inside line compared to Lutz going to the outside. Ronnie Williams also picking the outside as well. Williams was working that Jamie Tomeno-owned number 99 up on the outside quite well. And here comes Ronnie Silk. Ron Silk, winner on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour this year, driving the Stewart's Automotive number 85. He's driving this black 16 this weekend for Tyler Haight. Green flag flies. We're back underway, and Lutz out into the lead going into turn 1. Ronnie Williams trying to roll the outside, too, to get the advantage over Hirschman. He does. Hirschman gets crossed up. He's got to gather it back in and loses about 5 spots.
Jason Myers and he were right behind him. And
a bid for the lead coming down the front straightaway. Ronnie Williams looking to the inside of Lutz, trying to take the lead away from Lutz. Ronnie Williams, in his first ever appearance here at the Caraway Speedway, running in the second spot right now.
He's got a hot rod in it, and he's paired up with another great He's got a great car in Jamie Tomeno.
A lot of great racing going on at the front of the field. Tommy Catalano in that orange and black number 16 trying to push his way into the top 5 as well, trying to pressure Jeff Fultz and Matt Hirschman in front of him. A great battle right now. Fultz gets to the inside of Matt Hirschman. Is going to move him one more spot back as Hirschman now comes back to the bumper of Fultz, gives him a tap going into the corner, and that's all it was just a tap.
Was that tap 1?
That was tap 1. Don't know if we're going to see it again, but
I want to see if you get to tap 2 because I know what happens when tap 3 comes around.
it's amazing how much shuffling we have seen within the top 10 right now in this race. And right now we're keeping an eye on that 00, Jeff Fultz. Jeff Fultz started 12th at the drop of the green. Jeff Fultz. Whoa, Fultz drifts up off a 2 just a little bit high, and that allows Matt Hirschman to step on through. You leave the door open slightly, and that's exactly what happens. Hirschman drifts high off a turn 4, but he's able to keep Jeff Fultz behind him. Here comes Ronnie Silk to the 3rd spot. Ronnie Silk now pressuring his Connecticut rival, the number 99 of Ronnie Williams. Ronnie Williams spent the last 2 seasons driving Adam Scoera's number 50 SK Modified at the Stafford Motor Speedway, winning championships there, having a lot of success with that team. Ronnie Williams with a fine showing right now in Jamie Tomeno's car. We've seen Chase Dowling behind the wheel of that car, Jamie Tomeno, and now Ronnie Williams wheeling it. Next time by, we are going to see 50 laps to go in this 150-lap race. So 1/3 of the race already completed. Craig Lutz showing his strength early on in that Riverhead Building Supply number 46 machine. Never saw this track before until this weekend. Craig Lutz, though, with a lot of momentum this year in the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour. A winner at Jennerstown, a winner at Thompson. He's been competitive each time that team has hit the track. Edgar Goodale is the car owner of that race car. And boy, have they really come into their own. Craig Lutz, the driver, Chris Ojico, the crew chief, and boy, have they made a potent combination. Carlos Moore, the number 39, comes down pit road to the crew, and it looks like Carlos is going to keep rolling. It doesn't look like the car is under power, and they're going to try to push start it. Ronnie Williams is right on the back bumper of your leader, Craig Lutz, as he's going to enter the corner high and try to do that crisscross move coming off the corner. And boy, look at the pull that Ronnie Williams gets off of turn number 2, looking to the inside of turn 3.
Williams not holding back. I mean, he's bringing everything that they've got. And, you know, Derek, you and I thought about that they may be doing a little bit of riding this time. I don't see any riding taking place. I think these guys are after it.
You know, you hit on a point yesterday. One of the drivers out there said he didn't think the race pace was going to slow down as much as everyone thought. And you're right. It really hasn't. Everybody has been on it all race long, challenging for positions. Speaking of which, there's another challenge for position. The PSR Products number 17 machine comes off at turn number 2. That is Tommy Catalano. He's going to get past Jeff Fultz. He's going to also bring Bobby Meismer Jr. and the 07 of Patrick Emmerling in tow. Right now, Jeff Fultz getting freight trained to the outside, and it looks like that car is just a little bit tight coming off the corners. A little bit of contact deeper in the field. Johnny Kay and Austin Kokenash getting together slightly. They've got Jason Myers right in front of him. That is for the 11th position right now. And Kokenash gets to the inside of Johnny Kay for the 12th spot. Moving a little further up in the field, you're looking at the 17, the 14. That is Tommy Catalano and Bobby Meismer Jr. That's 5th, 6th, and 7th right there. Patrick Emmerling just out of the camera shot. There he is right there in the white and black machine, 07. You're looking at 5th through 8th out there on the track right now. Catalano, Meismer, Emmerling, and John Smith. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th with 90 laps to go. Action now goes back to 3rd and 4th. That's Ron Silk and Matt Hirschman as they go into turn number 3. Ron Silk this weekend driving for Tyler Haight. Tyler Haight, the car owner, also a former Rookie of the Year of the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour, I believe. There's your leaders right there on the Speed 51 TV monitor. That is the number 46 of Craig Lutz in the Riverhead Building Supply sponsored car out of Miller Place, Long Island, New York. And then right behind him out of Connecticut, that is the number 99 of Ronnie Williams driving for Jamie the Jet Tomeno. Of course, everybody knows Jamie the Jet Tomeno, the 1990 National Modified Champion. Coming up on some of the lap traffic, and here is Craig Lutz coming up to the back bumper of James Savali. Savali gives courtesy to the leaders. He gives them a lane to race in. And unfortunately, we've got a caution on the track. The 4 of Jason Myers is around, and that will come out on lap 65. So it looks like Jason Myers may have just spun the car slightly. Doesn't look like there is any damage to the car. We don't see the Nerf bars bent or any sheet metal bent. So it looks like Jason Myers may have just looped the car in turn 3. More cars coming down pit road. Brian Lofton in the red and white machine coming down to the Shady Grady Racing crew. Again, they are looking under the hood of that race car. 65 laps are complete. We're going to take you through the field right now. There's your leader, Craig Lutz, in the number 46 machine. In the second spot is the number 99 of Ronnie Williams. In the third position, it'll be the black number 16 machine of Ron Silk. In the fourth spot, it'll be Matt Hirschman. And Doug, check it out. Here come the leaders. They're coming down pit road this time. And this is where the crews are going to earn their money.
We hope you go to town here as they do, and we'll see them as they come down. There's Lutz. There's that 99 machine of
Ronnie Williams.
Ronnie Williams in that one. The 16's in, the 17's in. John Smith in again. Jason Myers is going to come in because I've got a feeling he did some sliding of the tires up there. So, dadgummit, I just looked around, and we've got 4 cars on the racetrack, and look at 2 of the cars that are Ford that are out there.
We've got a lot of activity going on down there. Tommy
Holy
Catalano is
smokes.
in and out with some quick adjustments. So is Craig Lutz. He takes on a brand new right rear. So does Ronnie Williams. So does Ronnie Silk. Ronnie Williams looks like he takes on a brand new right rear as well. So a lot of guys opting for the rear of the car. That right rear tire, very important. Austin Kokanash also taking a right rear. Jason Myers, same thing.
One thing that we talked about in previous years and now, and not only just about the top.
Craig Lutz back on pit road again. We see Craig Lutz again brings that number 46 machine in, and that is for the fuel, actually. That's probably so they don't have to worry about fuel for the rest of the
You can't do both. You can change tires or you can put fuel in, but you can't do both. So he's going to make both stops. Make sure he's topped off with the fuel there.
So Craig,
the thing that gets me, and I wanted to say to you real quick, 2 cars that stayed out, the 60 and the 07. Any kind of strategy you're thinking? And also, we're going to nighttime now.
we are going to nighttime. Yes, the track is more than likely going to tighten up, but Matt Hirschman stayed out, and the reason why I think he stayed out is because he's probably anticipating another caution coming a little later in the race, and that is going to present an opportunity for him to be able to come in and pit. Remember, the later you pit, the more life your tires are going to have on them come race's end.
But where does that point come, Derek? You've got to draw the line somewhere in between where it is and what's not now. This is, I guess that's why they pay them the big bucks, huh? Strategy?
We have seen a little strategery, as they call it. But like we have seen many times in the past, this race has seen a late race caution, and which has always thrown a wild card into it. And I think we have yet to see that. The drama has not unfolded yet, Doug. We're going to see it. It's only halfway past the halfway point, so we have only reached the we're not halfway. My bad. We have not yet reached the second act of this race, is what I'm trying to say.
I like the way you kind of referenced that, Hoss. Made it like a nice play. Act 2.
Act 2, and the main characters.
Well, you
are out
tell
there
me
on the
when we
track
get to
right
Act
now.
3, because I'm going to buckle up my seatbelt, buddy, because I got a feeling these windows is going to rattle again.
It's definitely going to, and look how much the field is shuffled right now. You got to give it to Tommy Catalano in that number 17, though. They came in, made adjustments. They didn't take tires. They just took a quick adjustment and sent him back out on the track.
The one thing that seems to be consistent with me over the time that I've watched the modifieds is the way that they'll take the chances. They'll come in and pit and take their tires or try to play the pit strategy a little bit, as opposed to you get to the big boys, they think they know how to do it. I like the way the short track guys do it.
Well, from what I have seen, and I may be incorrect, the first car in line with a brand new right rear is that number 16 of Ron Silk. Hirschman, Emmerling stayed out. The 17 of Catalano pitted, but he just pitted for an adjustment. He didn't take on rubber. The first car in that line that I saw take rubber was Ron Silk. Now, I may be mistaken, but he, Ronnie Williams, Kokanash, Nocella, and Lutz, and Max McLaughlin all took a new right rear when they rolled off the track. Field doubles up down the back straightaway, and the BK Auto pace car is going to pull to the inside, and the field will be in control of Mike Allred as he gets ready to throw the green flag off of turn number 4. The RPMs go up, the right foot goes down, we're back underway. Matt Hirschman on a breakaway on the outside. He's able to take the lead, and look at him pulling Tommy Catalano with him along the top line of the racetrack in that PSR Products number 17 machine. The 07 of Patrick Emmerling, the 3-time ROC modified champion, to the inside. Here comes Ronnie Silk with that brand new right rear on that black 16 as he makes the charge on the outside. Silk now to the third spot, chasing Catalano as he'll now come off the back stretch and drive it down deep into turn number 3 and get next to Catalano and try to contest for the second spot out there. Ron Silk looking for his very first North-South Shootout victory, and he'll take over that second position and set his sights on the number 60 of Matt Hirschman. Oh, Kokanash up high off of turn number 2. He's able to hold on to it. Here comes Craig Lutz down the back straightaway, looking to the inside of Austin Kokanash. He's got the spot. Craig Lutz trying to get back to the front in a hurry in that Riverhead Building Supply number 46 machine. Lutz now off of turn 4, digging on the bottom, getting to the inside of ROC champion Patrick Emmerling. He's going to drag race Emmerling down the back straightaway, and look at Lutz picking off cars a lap. He's trying to make his way back to the front of the field. Another car, Lutz picks off. That's the 17 of Tommy Catalano. Put Craig Lutz back into the third position. As the laps click away, you're seeing the advantage the new rubber has. The number 16 of Ron Silk has that brand new right rear. Matt Hirschman, still on old tires, holds on to the lead, but he is definitely in the gun sights of Ron Silk as Silk moves to the inside down the back straightaway. Silk has got the line, he's got the spot, and he has got the lead as he comes off turn number 4. Nice move from Max McLaughlin to move into the 5th position as he's coming off the 4th corner right now, giving chase to Ronnie Williams. And there's Craig Lutz challenging Matt Hirschman. He's going underneath him for the 2nd spot. Craig Lutz, quite possibly the fastest car here on the track. He has been all race long. Looking at Max McLaughlin putting some pressure to Ronnie Williams going down the back straightaway. Ronnie Williams driving that white and black number 99 machine. Max McLaughlin making a rare appearance in the NASCAR, well, actually not NASCAR Modified Tour, but Tour type race today. He was slated to run a handful of NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour races this year for Gary Putnam. Of course, with his busy schedule with the Super Dirt Car Series Modifieds and, of course, the ARCA Menard Series, threw a monkey wrench into that schedule for young Max McLaughlin. And now we're watching Hirschman and Ronnie Williams going side by side. Battle for the lead right now. Craig Lutz to the inside of Ronnie Williams down the front straightaway. Craig Lutz now takes the lead going into turn number 1, and he'll put Ronnie Williams 1 spot behind him. Great battles going on inside the top 5. Bobby Meismer Jr. in that 14, also coming into the top 5 as well. Meismer started 14th at the drop of the green. Keeping an eye on Matt Hirschman right now as he slowly starts to fade back within the field. And I think that this is a strategy that Matt Hirschman had. He is waiting for that late race caution here at the Caraway Speedway so he can come down and get the fresh rubber that he needs. And I don't think that this is the last you're going to see of Matt Hirschman in this race tonight, as right now John Smith putting the pressure to the number 60 of Hirschman. John Smith in the 25, winner here just 2 weeks ago in the Smart Modified race in that green and white number 25 machine. He's going to pull Jeff Fultz right along with him. Laps are down, 65 laps are left, and you're looking at the leaders right now coming around some of that lap traffic. They're going to go past Anthony Nocella in the 82 machine. And that is your top 4. Look at young Max McLaughlin. He has come to the 4th spot out there. What an impressive run for him. Max McLaughlin doing some time running extra distance race. Oh, challenge for that 2nd spot as Ronnie Williams looks to the inside of Ron Silk. So a battle of the Rons out there as Williams in the 99 tries to get to the inside in turn 3. He does. He's got Ronnie Williams to the inside, passing Ronnie Silk, and it looks like they're going to pull Max McLaughlin right along with it. Max McLaughlin to that 3rd spot in the Curb Records number 77. It looks like Brian Lofton is done for the day. He brings it down pit road and is going to park it in the trailer. The window net goes down. Tough break for him, but we're watching the leaders right now. Bid for the lead. Ronnie Williams dives deep into turn one. Good move for him, but Craig Lutz tries a crisscross move. Can't get it done, and there goes Max McLaughlin off for turn number 2 with a good run to the inside. Goes to the bottom of 3, trying to challenge for the second spot. Craig Lutz looks like he may have chewed up his right rear tire. You can see the car get sideways when he tries to get back to the throttle. Oh, spin. Tommy Catalano loops it as Catalano now rolls down turn number 4 backwards. So that is another spin we will see out here on the track in lap 91. And there, Doug, is that late race caution we were talking about that Matt Hirschman needed. And it wouldn't surprise me one bit if you see Matt Hirschman come in for tires.
Well, we've had, and I agree with you at that point, you're roughly 60 laps away, 59 laps away from this one. I don't know. Do you play the game? You want one more? Think you're going to get one more? It's just
you probably will get another late race caution, but you can't bet on it yet. You have what? You have 59 laps to go in this race. If you come in for tires now, you only have tires with 58 laps on them. More than enough life to be able to get to the front. It wouldn't surprise me if Matt Hirschman comes in this time to take tires. However, if he stays out, it would only tell me that he is looking for another caution in this race.
So you're telling me you get the white knuckle treatment now. You get to play how this is going to strategy. This is strategizing, playing out how it's going to be. You think his crew chiefs are down here scratching their heads right now and a few other places trying to figure out what they're going to do?
Well, I know Dennis Duffy, who is the crew chief for that car, is probably talking to Matt, asking him, what do you want to do right now, trying to figure out if they are going to come in for tires or if they're going to try to gamble on a later caution than this.
Of course, you got the pits closed right now because you have a car sitting right there. They're going to get Catalano pulled out of the way, so they do. Now it's going to be an open pit. Now's the time to hang on to your drawers because this is where the action may pick up quickly.
Well, we're going to see right now because the pace car is rolling towards the entrance of pit road, and let's see if we have any takers. So right now, don't have any takers just yet. .59 laps to go, and still nobody has come down pit road for tires. Anthony Nacella is on pit road, but it looks like they're working underneath the race car right now. Some mechanical trouble for him. Don't know if it's in the transmission or the driveline. That's it looks like that's what they are looking at under the car right now. But we haven't seen any takers just yet to go into the pit area.
Well. I think if anybody was going to make their move, they would have made a move by now.
And there he goes. There goes Matt Hirschman.
All right, we're going to see,
Patrick
folks.
Emmerling.
It's the money time.
Yep, that's right. We're going to keep an eye on Matt Hirschman's pit. Won't surprise me one bit if they put on 2 brand-new right-side tires.
Emmerling's going to come in with him. That was another one that stayed out.
Tommy Catalano also going to come in as well. He has not taken tires yet. We're going to watch Hirschman right here as Dennis Duffy and the crew going to work. Yup, 2 right-side tires. What did I tell you, Doug?
Got that one call right. Now, will the 2 right sides be enough for him? Yeah, he's still got some tires left.
You're given 4 tires for this race. That's only 2 out of the 4 for Matt Hirschman currently. So you use the left front the least amount in this, and that's it. He only took 2 right-side tires. Matt Hirschman down and away.
Well, we're going to find out if that one's going to play out and pay off, or will it be one that kind of gets you thrown out there. 2 of them on the same strategy. The rest came early. Now,
Tommy Catalano doing the 2-tire strategy as well.
I've got to go to this because you've got the great notes.
Actually, Tommy Catalano going to the 3-tire strategy that we've seen a lot in the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour, the 2 right sides and 1 left rear strategy, and Catalano's got the tires to be able to do it.
How far is that going to put him back, though, that he's got to come back through the field and make up? I mean, Derek, this is a tough field as you want to come through.
Absolutely.
These are the guys that these are the money people.
Absolutely.
These are the ones that knows how to get it done, wants to race. I see Danny Watts has got Anthony Nocello back into the pits as they've called him in. Holy smokes.
And right now there's a huge issue going on at Tommy Catalano's right rear. Don't know what's going on there, but looks like they're having trouble getting that right rear off the car. As we're getting ready to go back to green, Tommy Catalano now down and away. And it's going to be one of them lines from the movie, Cole, you're going to be at max speed when the green flag comes for Tommy Catalano. But here comes Max McLaughlin and Ronnie Williams. McLaughlin and Williams back to the restart. Green flag flies, we're underway. And McLaughlin looks to the inside of Williams trying to take the spot. He'll take the lead coming off turn 2.
I think that is the first time that we've seen somebody that started on the inside actually lead them into turn 1.
Very true. And McLaughlin in that Gary Putnam-owned at number 77 out in front right now. This team has won this race in the past with Ryan Priest behind the wheel. We're looking at 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th right now. Lutz, Silk, Fultz, and Hirschman. And here comes Matt Hirschman, Doug. He can just turn that car left and pull underneath someone, and look at him take off right now. He gets to the inside of Jeff Fultz. Max McLaughlin leading the way, 56 laps to go in this affair. There's a battle for the second spot going on out there. Actually, what we're also doing is watching the progress of Matt Hirschman. And Hirschman, with those fresh tires, makes a hard left turn underneath Craig Lutz, hits the button, and takes off. Matt Hirschman on a tear to get back to the front in this race with 55 laps to go.
Well, as you said, if they threw the hook out there and they're going to try to roll it in, is that Matt Hirschman. Money Matt in the 60 machine. But he's still got some tough cookies sitting there around him. He's going to look to the inside of Jason Myers this time as he goes for the third spot.
Hirschman takes the third spot away from Jason Myers on the inside, going down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And boy, caution flag. Caution is out on the track. Johnny K parks it in the top of turn number 2 on lap 97. 97 laps are in the books in this 150 lap affair. And there is the All Phases sponsored number 48 machine of Johnny K, the driver hailing from Florida. The car is actually kept in Rhode Island. So we've slowed the field down on lap 97. This will be the 7th caution of this race. First caution coming out on lap 39, lap 17 for the 39 of Carlos Gray. He spun. Second caution coming out on lap 18 for Brian Lofton, stopping on the track. Then restart caution later with the cars piling up on the front stretch. Fourth caution came out on lap 40 for the 39 of Carlos Gray, spinning again. Fifth caution came out on lap 65 for the 4 of Jason Myers, spinning in turn 4. The sixth caution on lap 91 for the 17 of Tommy Catalano, spinning also in turn 4, and now just this recent one. The seventh caution of the afternoon coming from that number 48 of Johnny K, stopping in the top of turn 2.
Well, Jason Myers in. They're going to work. He's getting some tire changes. Looks like he got maybe 3. Looks like Myers went for 3.
You can definitely see them jacking up the rear of the car right now. They're clearing off the front grille. The crew is going to work on that left rear of the car. So, yeah, 3 tires for him. Bobby Meismer Jr. a little farther up pit road as well, getting service from his crew also.
Yeah, that huge motorsports team going to work on that one. Of course, Kevin Hughes, car owner down there, along with the Meismers, having himself a good time.
Kevin Hughes, a.k.a. RE Radio God on Twitter. So, always cool to see him at the racetrack. Hi, Kevin. We see you down there. So if you need some of the best in racing electronics, they've got it over at Racing Electronics. Matter of fact, the equipment that I wear on pit road for the NASCAR races and for the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series, courtesy of RE.
All my equipment's the same way. Great company, great, fantastic people. And they have been a big supporter of the North-South Shootout over the years.
Yes, they have. They have got a great product with the racing electronics products that they have. They've also been a great supporter of Bobby Meismer Jr.'s effort when he races as well. The Hughes family and the Meismers, very tight. They've been racing together for quite a few years, but we're getting ready, Doug, to go back to the restart.
Yes, and there's, I'm getting nervous now because we're starting to get down. 57 laps to go, I believe. 53 laps to go. I'm looking and trying to count in my head now. My math's not too good. That's why I got Derek up here with me. Here we go with the green rag. And Max McLaughlin's going to lead him off into the turn. He's got that 60 machine of Money Matt Hirschman right there in that second spot. Ronnie Williams gives up the third spot. Craig Lutz has got fourth as they work back to the start-finish line.
Matt Hirschman with those fresh tires. Max McLaughlin, I don't even think he's taken tires yet in this race. He gives McLaughlin a tap coming off of turn number 2, and right now, Max McLaughlin giving Hirschman the inside line, saying, here you go, take it if you want it, and Hirschman's coming underneath him to try to take the spot away, and he does. 99 laps complete in this race so far, and now Max McLaughlin hot on the back bumper of Matt Hirschman, probably just trying to keep him in his sights for the rest of this race. .50 laps to go in this race that finds Money Matt Hirschman out in front. The 77 of Max McLaughlin, the second-generation racer, the son of Magic Shoes. Mike McLaughlin in the second spot. And now you're looking deeper in the field at Patrick Emmerling, Bobby Meismer Jr. going at it. They are fighting for the 8th position out there on the racetrack right now. Jason Myers behind the two of them with those 3 fresh tires on the car. We're going to see what he can do. Caution flag flies around the speedway. Austin Kokenash parked in the top of turn 3. So Austin Kokenash in that number 66 machine will bring out the 8th caution of this event. 48 laps to go. And for the guys that haven't pitted in this race, they should definitely come down now. We see a lot of guys breaking out. Look at all the equipment they're breaking out down here on pit road. A lot of guys are getting their tires ready. The jacks are ready. We see the pit boards are coming out.
So are you going to say I was partially right? That they might come again?
Oh, yeah, you were definitely right on that one. There was definitely going to be another late race caution.
Savali going to get I'm going to double check that, but Savali got another lap back.
That is another caution, and that plays into the advantage of James Savali. That's 2 cautions. He was 2 laps down. He was the last car on. Yeah, he was the first car 1 lap down each time. So guess what? He's back on the lead lap. With fresh rubber. That's right, Darren. He's got fresh rubber on that 79 car.
You know, he's kind of hard-headed and wild to start with. Now, and I'm putting that mildly, I'm sure. Can you imagine if you give that old boy 3 tires?
Well, they're about to give him a right rear, it looks like, or maybe even a right. You know, they're going to give him 2 right side tires on that car.
I'm not sure I want to be out on the racetrack when he's got 2 fresh shoes on there.
Be interesting
I'm going
to
to tell you this much. I think he's going to definitely make a move to come up through the field in a hurry.
Oh, without a doubt. You have that fresh rubber on the car. You have more maneuverability out of the car. You have more traction.
How many taps have you talked about?
The 3-tap rule.
Uh-huh. And what is the 3-tap rule?
Well, the 3-tap rule comes from none other than good old Ted Christopher. And that was, you're right. The 3-tap rule comes from good old Ted Christopher. The first tap is to say, hello, I'm here. The second tap is to tell you, hey, pick a lane. And the third tap is, if you don't pick a lane, I'm going to put you there.
When you got 3 fresh shoes on your car, do you not think that you are invincible at this point in the race? Made up 2 laps. You just got to come back through that field one more time, but you got the freshest shoes out there.
I tell you, one of the drivers that I'm really surprised with is Max McLaughlin. I don't recall seeing him pit. He may have pitted, but if he has done this entire race on those tires, it's been an impressive run for him so far.
Well, it's white knuckle time, baby. We are down. We've only got 48 more laps to go. It's time now. Ain't no holding back.
It ain't over till it's over, though. Anything can happen in these last 48 laps.
Are you telling me the fat lady's warming up or not?
Well, you know what? We've seen our old friend DW on TV say cautions breed cautions. And in the last, I would say, 10 laps, we've already seen 3 cautions. We saw a caution on lap 91, 97, and 102. So we're getting into that cautions breed cautions stage. And I think we're going to see one more caution before this race is over and some guys come get some late race rubber.
Well, we're going to find out because we're in the choose. They have done the choose, and here we go. The interesting thing to me here, Matt Hirschman has chose to go on that outside.
The other thing you have to remember, too, with these big, wide, 15-inch wide tires that are super sticky, once you get the caution flag and slow down, all that rubber that you lay down, you now pick back up because those tires are really hot. So it's going to take a lap or 2 to try to just wipe some of that away.
We're fixing to find out what's going to happen as they're looking for the green rag coming out of turn 4. It's displayed, and here we go.
Matt Hirschman in the outside line starts to make the move. McLaughlin runs in that second spot. Jeff Fultz to the inside of Ronnie Williams. Fultz in that black 00 machine. Williams in the white and black number 99. That's the challenge for the 3rd position out there on the track. Ron Silk sitting behind them in 5th, watching it all happen. And Hirschman came off the corner all sorts of wrong. It looked like the car got tight. Max McLaughlin ran up onto the back of him and almost passed him for the lead. We have found out right now every single car is on the lead lap right now with the exception of the 18 of Daniel Yates. So it has really become a very competitive race in the modifieds. And there goes Matt Hirschman again, taking it wide off at turn number 2. Hirschman with a car, you can watch the right front on that number 60 as he comes through turns 1 and 2. The car, you can see, is getting tighter and tighter as it comes off the corner. Look at it as it starts to dump truck as we follow him through here in the corner. Look at that right front, just turned hard to the left, and the sidewall is rolling under. That's what's allowing Max McLaughlin to catch him. There you can see the car push up again as it comes off the corner. So Hirschman trying to keep the front end of that car underneath him. As McLaughlin sees it, and he knows he has a disadvantage, and he's trying to pounce on it.
My question to you, Derek, is will that tire start to expand a little bit or grow a little bit, or will the stagger change a little bit that he's hoping it'll come back to him?
Tough to say right now because we have already clicked off quite a few laps. We have 109 laps to go, and those tires have already gotten hot. I'm sorry, it was 40 to go. It was 110 laps down. Here comes Savali once again in that number 79 machine. He'll get to the inside of Ronnie Williams. That will move Savali up to, I believe, the fourth position in the running order out there on the track. It does. So.
And let me ask you, Derek, would you have predicted at what we've seen today that James Savali would be here with under 40 laps to go and be in fourth place and be competing for a win?
Yes, it kind of doesn't surprise me one bit. James Savali, a talented race car driver. He and the Hillbillies, they just click together. Whatever it is that they have works. And when you give James Savali a handful of laps left with some fresh rubber, watch out, he's going to bring that car to the front. We've got one car, I believe, spun off of the bottom of turn 2 as they come off the corner. Or is that debris on the track trying to get a definite shot? Looks like the 66 of Austin Kokenash will spin yet again. Kokenash will draw the 9th caution of this race. 9th caution coming out on lap 114. We've got some other teams down there. We see the pit boards up. We see the tires coming out. It's not going to surprise me if we see a lot of cars come down pit road and get some fresh rubber.
Well, now, Derek, how's this thing going to roll out now and play out?
It's going to be pit stop time because look at all these crews down on pit road. We're seeing a ton of crew members out there with the pit boards, fresh tires, the jacks and the guns in their hand. And here they come once again. Here come the leaders. And look who has stayed out, the 79 of James Savali.
Got fresh tires.
He's got fresh tires.
He's got fresh tires, and he's going to have a whole heck of a lot of track position, possibly. Here they come. We'll see how it goes.
Pit. Jeff Fultz also into pit as well in that Fury race car. Bobby Meismer Jr. down to pit. Here's Matt Hirschman. He's in his pit as well. Looks like they're going to give him a right rear tire. They're also going to give him a left rear tire. So they're looking for that rear drive off the corner for that car. Hirschman is in. The number 99 of Ronnie Williams is in. Ron Silk is also into pit. They're going to take on right side tires. Hirschman, the first one out of the pit. Looks like Matt Hirschman will come out onto the track in fourth place. Daniel Yates is a lap down. Ronnie Silk right behind him. Max McLaughlin, Patrick Emmerling. And here comes Ronnie Williams right behind Craig Lutz. John Smith, Austin Kokenash. Doug, are you ready for a free-for-all?
You know, Derek, I love this time, parts of the time of the race whenever we come in. There's only one problem. Sometimes I forget that I'm not a fan and I'm actually working, because it becomes so interesting and you can get so captivated by what we're seeing on the racetrack, you lose track of some other things. And daggone, they're just putting on one heck of a show here and just making it so good, so entertaining, and yet it's got everybody thinking, what's the strategy going to be? Because we're definitely seeing all kinds of strategy play, and you've still got 36 laps left.
36 laps, but that may put James Savali in the catbird seat. It also may put Jason Myers and Tommy Catalano in that position again, also because you got to remember the 60, the 16, the 77, 07, 46, 99, 25, the 14, and the doubles. Everyone behind them, they took tires.
But will it be too little, too late?
Tough to say. 36 laps to go. It's kind of like a Saturday night shootout. All those guys back there have 36 laps fresher tires than the top three right now.
Is this kind of you thinking that you're going to tell your driver that, okay, we've given you everything that we can give you out there. Now it's all going to be on you, whatever you can get done? 46 of Craig Lutz going to find himself at the back four, carrying equipment out of the pits.
Yeah, leaving pit road with equipment on the car, that's a no-no, and unfortunately that is an infraction, but it really didn't put Craig Lutz very far back. He had rolled out near the tail end of one of the longest lines.
Well, the choose line cone out there for him to go after. And Hirschman got the outside, so he's got Jason Myers in front of him. So you got to believe that Myers is going to fire off real good. You've got a feeling, I think, in looking at Savali's going to fire off good. Whoa, man! Hell, I think you just throw Funkett over the top 10 out there and figure out where they're going to go, because, dude, this is going to be a fight.
We're going to see what's going to happen as the BK Auto pace car pulls down to the inside. James Savali, the one-man Taliban of that number 79 machine, is going to hit the button. The green flag flies, and, boy, he gets the advantage on the restart going down into turn one.
Been surprised if he didn't get that one, because that James Savali just knows this racetrack. He knows how to get around it.
Big dive into 3 for Jason Myers. That's been the strong point for him all race long. Trouble for not Matt Hirschman. Trouble for Ronnie Silk. He slips up the track. And look at Max McLaughlin try to pry his way in there underneath Matt Hirschman. He's challenging him for the spot.
Got Hirschman kind of pinned in a little bit. And really, he wants to get to the front. He's chomping at the bit to get to the front.
That's right.
He's got those tires he don't want to waste. He wants to get everybody out of the way and get back to the front so I can make those tires work for me.
Battle for the lead right now. Tommy Catalano putting pressure to that number 4 of Jason Myers. Problems with James Savali. He's going to drift to the high side of the track and fade all the way to the rear of the field. Action now moves back up front. There's Jason Myers in that number 4 machine. The 17 of Tommy Catalano in tow. Max McLaughlin, an impressive run out of that youngster to come to the 3rd position, driving for Gary Putnam. Big run down the back straightaway for Max McLaughlin. Almost pulls underneath Tommy Catalano. Catalano in that PSR Products number 17 machine, trying to keep McLaughlin behind him, but also in the same process trying to catch Jason Myers in the 4 car. Jason Myers has had an incredible car getting down into turn number 3. He can make that big dive to the bottom, and we see him make up a lot of ground in that corner.
He gets pushed up the track there just a little bit. My question kind of comes, if Jason were to happen to win this one, would it be an upset?
I don't know if you'd call it an upset, because the Myers family has got quite a bit of experience winning here at this racetrack. They also know how to win the North-South Shootout. Granted, Burt has sat in victory lane more than Jason has, but, they share notes, they share information, and they probably have the same notebooks. John Smith, Craig Lutz going at it just a little bit as they come off turn number 2. Craig Lutz trying to work his way from the back of the pack right now, but we're watching on the Speed 51 TV monitor your leaders as Jason Myers puts another lap in the record books as your leader. Tommy Catalano second. Third, Max McLaughlin with some pressure from Matt Hirschman. Hirschman gives him the bumper slightly in turn 3.
He's taking a look down to the inside there in between 3 and 4, trying to make something happen as they get back now down to 1 and 2. He's still on that inside. He's got some room to work with there. But I just think time's going to run out on Max this time.
Ron Silk also on the move as well. He was making passes on the outside, was able to get past Ronnie Williams, and he comes up into the mix with this group as Silk runs in the 5th spot right now. They're going past Daniel Yates, put him yet another lap down. And look how Jason Myers is just starting to open the gap between he and Tommy Catalano.
Jason Myers has been relentless. He has not let up when he got back. Now, he had a great run for this race, so it's not that it hasn't played his way. Now Hirschman trying to make a move. I think they've actually got Matt Hirschman pinned. I think they've got him under control and got him pinned back there. Unless something happens, I don't see Matt Hirschman getting in the top 3.
Well, it ain't over till it's over. There's still 22 laps to go, and the top 4, top 5 are still pretty close to one another, and anybody could make a wrong move, and that'll be the advantage that Hirschman needs. But check out these cars. That is first, second, third, fourth, and fifth running in line as 20 laps are left to go in this 150-lap race. There goes Max McLaughlin looking to the inside of Tommy Catalano. McLaughlin trying to get to the inside of Catalano, trying to pull Hirschman right along with him in that black 60. McLaughlin will make the pass, and he will now move into the 2nd spot.
Matt Hirschman able to kind of bully his way up through there and wrestle away the 3rd spot away. So it looks like Matt Hirschman going to be up to 3rd.
Tommy Catalano also fading back a little bit too. He'll get passed by Ron Silk. That's your top 5. They go down the back straightaway. 17 more laps to go. Like we talked about, the cream is rising to the top.
It is, and the thing of that one is, I've always known Jason Myers to be able to be the one that could be the man and do it. Just the last few years, just haven't seen that kind of performance out of him, and to see him do it right here could make anybody more prouder. Right up the road from us.
Well, we've seen Jason Myers have competitive runs in the North-South Shootout, but the finishes always used to overshadow the run. I mean, there were a couple of years where the Myers had the front row for this race, if you remember. Bird had the pole, Jason was on the outside. But now, Bird has had some problems. Jason's car has been on it all race long. Hirschman looking to the outside, trying the crisscross move on Max McLaughlin. Don't know if he's going to make that work.
Well, I see Matt Hirschman trying to pull up now. He is working on Mad Max, but he's going to have to look to the outside. Max seems to be protecting the inside. But then as I say that, he tries to cross him over, but I don't think he's going to have enough. He's not close enough to try to cross him over coming out of the corner.
As the laps continue to click away, though, Max McLaughlin is narrowing that interval between first and second, slowly chipping away at it by a half a tenth a second. Off of turn number 2, it looks like Bobby Meismer Jr. goes around, and there's that late race caution we were talking about, Doug. So caution flies with just 14 laps remaining. And the spin came from the number 14 of Bobby Meismer Jr. Doug, are you a gambling man?
Yeah, I am. I'm a gambler.
Well, we've got 14 laps remaining in this race. Jason Myers is your leader. Are we going to see anybody come in for a last-minute pit?
No, they're done. Pit crews can just go ahead and put their stuff up because they're not coming. Only thing I think you see somebody come is it's trouble. Is they're really experiencing trouble, because I think now you don't have any time to make up anything. If you happen to get yourself this far back, I don't see you recovering. I think you got to be in the first 4 rows here on this restart if you're going to, bang yourself in for a good time. And just as I say that, 17 car of Tommy Catalano comes down pit road in the PRS machine.
I was just about to say, you were saying, here comes Jeff Fultz, here comes James Savali, here comes Bobby Meismer.
Fun, so we know why he came in.
And it looks like a brand new right rear is going to go on Tommy Catalano's car.
I'm just not sure about that move.
It looks
it's like they're going back to work on Fultz's.
They're putting 2 brand new right sides on Meismer's car as well. So that crew is going to work. So he's going to have some fresh right side rubber on that race car. And remember, Doug, we've got quite a few cars that are still on the lead lap all the way down to 12th place is on the lead lap. So, you can easily restart 12th with some fresh rubber, cut through the field, and make your way back up there. You're going to drive it, but you can make it.
Hey, Derek.
Go ahead.
I got to stand up. I call this race. That gum exciting now. That got me all worked up here. And I'm about ready to go. Is it going to be checkers?
I don't know, but they put the choose cone out right now, and we're going to see what's going to happen. And Jason Myers will take the inside. Max McLaughlin to the top. Hirschman to the bottom. Silk to the top. Emmerling to the bottom. Williams to the top. Smith to the bottom. Lutz to the top. Kokenesh to the bottom. Catalano up top.
Wake old Betsy the cow up, because she ain't never seen nothing like about ready to take place.
Pace car pulls down onto pit road, trying to pull those belts tight one more time. We are going back to green flag racing, quite possibly the final green flag restart of the race. Green flag flies, we're back underway.
And that looked like a straight line coming down through there.
Good move for Max McLaughlin trying to pull the top, but here comes the advantage that Jason Myers has had getting down into turn 3. He's able to drive it down deep in there, and McLaughlin again working the top line of that speedway in the Gary Putnam car, and Myers gets a little bit loose. McLaughlin gets the advantage, and he's got it going down the back chute. Ronnie Williams also trying to come up into the fray. One car slow up in turn number 3. Tommy Catalano slows the 17 in the top of turn number 3. We're going to bring the field back under caution. Tommy Catalano back down on pit road in the PSR Products number 17 machine. Taking on fuel in that race car. Neil Cantor, the crew chief down there, checking out any issues that may be amiss. Looks like it's some sort of issue under the hood for Tommy Catalano. You can see the crew going to work down there, trying to figure out what's going on with that race car. A tough break for him. That will make the 11th caution of this race, most recently coming out on lap 140. Craig Lutz coming back down onto pit road in that number 46 Riverhead Building Supply sponsored race car. And it looks like the crew going to work on the rear of the car right now, trying to make an adjustment, right rear adjustment. Tommy Catalano also back in. Ten more laps to go, Doug. And remember, we were talking last night. Who did I say the wild card could have been in this race?
77, Mad Max.
McLaughlin. That's right. We're going to see if he can pull out the surprise win here. If he wins it, it'll definitely be an upset. Green flag flies are back underway. McLaughlin with a terrible start in the 77, but trying to keep Jason Myers behind him, and they are side by side off of turn 2.
The lucky part, both of them spun their tires there.
Little bit of bumper tag going on out there.
For $7,500, I'll knock you in the next week.
10 more laps to go. That's all Max McLaughlin. 9 more laps to go. That's all Max McLaughlin has to do. And Austin Kokenash again spins it off turn 2. Caution flag coming out again on lap 151. That makes for the 12th caution in this event. That was for the 66 of Kokenash spinning. One more time. And here comes Tommy Catalano once again down pit road. He rolled past us before. That engine sounded a little sick out there. I tell you what, the surprise or the dark horse that I said, the wild card, could have been Max McLaughlin, but you know what? The other wild card in this, Ronnie Silk, because Ronnie Silk has been hooking the outside, and he's been making moves up on the top line of the racetrack and also on the bottom line of the track too. So former NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour champion Ron Silk could definitely be a wild card in this. Ron Silk also had multiple wins this year on the tour, driving for the Stewart Automotive team.
Nine laps. And then we see Savali back in for some more to the Hillbilly crew as they're going to be, man, this is probably one of the most exciting North-South shootouts that we've had in several years. And for it to be sitting here at Caraway Speedway when a lot of folks in 2020 did not think this thing would ever happen, hats off to the staff and the management at Caraway Speedway for making that come up. It looks like Hirschman coming in.
Jason Myers
is coming in.
That's right.
I just saw the car with the letters, the numbers there. Oh, I'm a little bit surprised.
Don't know what they're going to do to Jason Myers' car, but yeah, it looks like they're going to bring a right rear out for him. 9 laps to go in this race.
Boy, that's got to be tough with 9 laps to go, and you got to make a decision to put the right rear on or not.
You could definitely see that Jason was kind of getting a little wide coming off of turn 2, and that's what allowed Max McLaughlin to slip underneath him. So
we've just
the rubber wearing away.
May not be a new tire. That may be a recycled tire.
They are allowed 4 change tires during the race and then 2 emergency tires. So if they are having trouble out there and they've run out of their allotment of tires, throw something else back on that sizes up properly.
Yeah, but the emergency tire is only if you have a problem, a flat or something, and have to go into inventory to replace. So with that on, you got to kind of manage the 8 tires. You can't count on the other 2. Just when we think we've got all the excitement all under control and we can handle it all, something new pops up. Tommy Catalano now is stuck on pit road, so we've got some little more nervous reaction. Max McLaughlin there in that top spot.
Boy, he has got some big company surrounding him, too, because Max McLaughlin has a modified champion on its outside, a 7-time ROC modified champion outside row 2. John Smith, who's been a winner in the Southern Tour, the Smart Modifieds. Behind him, Patrick Emmerling, a 3-time ROC champion. Jeff Fultz, look how many championships he won in All-Pro. I mean, right now, if I'm Max McLaughlin, I'm thinking that I'm the chum in the Shark Tank.
No, you're missing the lineage. You got to remember who Daddy is. What would Daddy do?
Well, we're going to see what happens in these next couple laps. Max McLaughlin, though, has been impressive every time he has hopped into modified. So it's going to just going to be a matter of time before he gets a win.
Oh, they'll be just doing some smiling down that way, won't they? He picks that one up. What is the most difficult car you've ever gotten in?
Believe it or not, a legend car.
Other than your truck.
Believe it or not, a legend car. I swear to God, of all the race cars I've ever driven, the most trouble I ever had to drive was a damn legend car because 1 minute they push, 1 minute they loose. I couldn't figure them out.
Well, let's see if you can figure this one out. You got laps to go in this one. 9 laps remaining. Magic Shoes, McLaughlin, right up here. Trying to bring Mad Max trying to bring it home for Magic Shoes.
He may have spun the tires slightly again. Silk has been able to hook the top, and he looks like he's trying to do it right now, getting that run on McLaughlin. But McLaughlin's got the inside line going to get to turn number 3. Silk has been fast up along the top lines of the track. McLaughlin noses out just slightly. Oh, trouble. Cars making contact on the front straightaway. We got a big one piling up here with Hirschman. He's out of it. The 25 of John Smith, Savali, and the Myers number 4 is involved.
Matt Hirschman finding himself into the wall. John Smith damage. Can't tell exactly on Jason Myers yet to see if there's any damage as he rolls off. I don't think he got hit hard in that, but I think John Smith and Matt Hirschman took the brunt of that one. I know Hirschman took the brunt. So it looks like John Smith's already pulled the steering wheel back, so he's got enough damage. Give it up, Matt Hirschman getting out of the car. John Smith getting out of the car. They're going to look here, look the cars over. Damage on both of them. Looks like both of them may be beyond repair for this short a time. John Smith getting ready to climb out of his. Helmet off and everything. Both of them looking around. Both drivers are okay. Give a big hand for these guys. There you see them touch his hands out there. John Smith and Matt Hirschman. 2 class acts.
Well, you know, Doug, John Smith seems to really run good here the year. Just won here a couple weeks ago. This is an event that he has won quite a few of, and that was both of those. I think had an opportunity to put it in victory lane here with just 9 laps remaining. So I tell you what, it's been a great shootout so far. Not what we wanted to happen right here with the closing laps, but I tell you what, there's still several cars here that can visit the victory lane.
Well, it does now. It could be it's time to look around and see who's left that's still got some good power under them. And we know McLaughlin in that 77. I mean, you know, Gary Putnam has always prepares a good car, whether he's running on the NASCAR tour up in the north or whether he's running in the south. He always brings a good piece with him whenever he comes. So you had to know that Max had a good piece under him. I'm just really taken back by the experience and stuff that he's been able to show and the charisma that he's been able to show through all this tough time.
Yeah, and you know, it's shootout. Every division that's raced so far has had side-by-side touch-and-go racing, and the weather's been perfect. This is what I dream of doing, so to speak. Been doing it for 43 years since we come here in 1977, and I tell you what, this is the 10th shootout since we brought it to Caraway in 2011, and we've been to Concord and Hickory and back to Caraway this year. But I tell you what, events like what we've had today, the perfect weather, great racing, that's all you can ask for.
Can't ask for it to be any better, because Derek and I were referring to a few times that what we froze off at some of these races. I remember 30, 31, 32 degrees, and we were out on pit road, and, I mean, it was windy, and it was cold, and I think we were fighting to see who had to go downstairs and do the interviews, because nobody wanted to go out in the cold.
And there was frost falling on the announcers' windows.
So it's always interesting, and one thing I've got to check back here, exact lap count. Darren, I'm going to ask you to walk over there and get me an exact, because I'm not sure that lap counted, and I want to make sure we do have it right. Well, Jason Myers' car, man, what a run Jason Myers was having. I mean, that's got to be two heartbreaks for the Myers. Bert going out early and having trouble, and then, man, Jason Myers, a great car. Matt Hirschman with a great car. John Smith with a great car. James Savali has been everywhere today. Unfortunately, on jack stands at the moment.
We've got a couple of cars that have fallen victim to attrition out there. The number 48 of Johnny Kay and the 17 of Tommy Catalano. He also parked it. Looks like the 99 of Ronnie Williams is getting work done on his car right now. Hopefully there's no permanent damage to that, but Savali doesn't look like he's going to make it back out. Nacella fell out earlier, I should say. And here comes the 60 of Matt Hirschman. Of course, the front end doubled back on that one, so that looks pretty bent. A tough break for Matt Hirschman, who is looking for his 7th win in this event.
Well, they are going to the 79. I was looking over there at that 99 of Jamie Tomano's Ronnie Williams piloted machine. Taking a look at it and trying to just look back through the field and see where we are. And, whew, man, if this don't light your fire, your wood's wet. I'll just tell you right now, if it don't light your fire, your wood's wet. Might want to get that thing checked, because this is exciting. This is as good as it gets. This is modified racing at its tops.
And it's been quite an exciting North-South Shootout, to say the least. Since the drop of the green, we've seen a lot of guys coming and going in this race, and one of the guys that definitely been impressed with, of course, is Max McLaughlin in that number 77 machine. Like we said, he's got a few starts in the ARCA Menards East Series, has a win to his credit at Watkins Glen. He has tried some late model races before in the past, some full fendered stuff. Actually also has a start in the NASCAR Gander Outdoor Truck Series. So Max McLaughlin, a very capable driver, won just a few weeks ago at the Weed Sports Speedway, winning a Super Dirt Car Series event there. All right, choose cone coming back out, and Max McLaughlin decides to choose one, and our pace car looks like the pace car has picked up something. The wheel well looks like it come out of the pace car. The wheel well looked like it come out of the pace car.
Derek,
Yeah, go ahead.
if we ain't tore the hell out of everything up to this point, we got the pace car to throw in there too.
It's always an adventure, Doug.
Here we go. They're coming out of turn 4. You pick them up, bring them home, baby.
8 more laps to go in the North-South Shootout. Green flag flies. We're back underway, and Max McLaughlin gets a good restart again over Ronnie Silk, but Ronnie Silk has been able to roll that top line of the speedway. McLaughlin with the advantage down the back chute. Silk to the outside. Here comes Patrick Emmerling in third. Emmerling now moves to the inside, tries to get to the inside of Silk. Silk wiggles for just a second. Emmerling and Silk side by side. This is exactly what Max McLaughlin wants to see. If Emmerling can get on a breakaway from Silk, he's going to set his sights on Max McLaughlin, and he does. Patrick Emmerling has 6 more laps to run down the 77 of Max McLaughlin. Emmerling took late race adjustments to the car. I don't know if he took a right rear, but he is definitely fast out there. 5 more laps to go. 5 more laps to go. And Max McLaughlin is trying to pick up the biggest win of his young career. With every lap that clicks away, Patrick Emmerling is closing the gap, but he doesn't know if he'll have enough to be able to run down the youngster in the 77. As they click away, McLaughlin still your leader. Emmerling second. Third, there goes Bobby Meismer Jr. underneath Craig Lutz to try to take the third spot away. He's going to pull Austin Kokanash along with him. Strong run for Austin Kokanash after 2 spins out there on the racetrack. 2 more laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. And Max McLaughlin needs to put together 2 more solid laps to keep the 3-time ROC modified champion Patrick Emmerling behind him. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go. Patrick Emmerling trying to make one last ditch effort to catch the number 77 of Max McLaughlin. Another big move for the position. Austin Kokanash gets past Bobby Meismer Jr. for third. Here they come off of turn 4. Emmerling dives in deep but can't make it. Max McLaughlin is going to win the North-South Shootout. Patrick Emmerling comes home second. Austin Kokanash comes home third. 4th spot, Bobby Meismer Jr. And at the line, hold on, we're trying to figure out the rest of it. So we've got unofficial finish. Max McLaughlin takes down the win. Patrick Emmerling second. Third, Austin Kokanash. 4th, Bobby Meismer Jr. 5th, Craig Lutz. That's your top 5. And Doug, my wild card won it.
Yes, sir, your wild card did, and you know something? Why don't you go down, because I know how interesting it is for a first-time winner.
That's right. I'm going to go talk to Max McLaughlin in Victory Lane. We'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, I tell you what, anytime I know that I have shared this for many, many years, and the thousands of interviews we have done in Victory Lane, nothing, absolutely nothing sets aside a man going to Victory Lane the very first time in division or what, and this is the second time a win for that car in that 77. So the car has gone to Victory Lane here before in the North-South Shootout, but not with Max McLaughlin piloting. You got a whole different driver in there, and boy, I got a feeling that crew is ecstatic and happy. And I tell you what, this is so good that I'm just going to get out of the way and turn it over, because I'm going to let Derek have it, because I know how that thing. So here we go, Derek. I'm going to throw it on down to you. It's all yours, buddy.
All right, well, Max McLaughlin has a little bit of a look of disbelief on his face right now, but now we can get ready to bring him out of the car. Ted Musgrave Jr. down here, Gary Putnam down here. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. He's out of the car. The biggest win of his career, the winner of the North-South Shootout, Max McLaughlin. Max, come on over here. High fives to the crew all around. Tommy Bonsignor down here as well. Gary Putnam, Ted Musgrave Jr. Come on over here, Max. I know your dad's around here somewhere, but I've seen your career start from just a young age, and from the go-karts at Millbridge Speedway to here winning in the tour-type modifieds in the North-South Shootout. What is going through your mind right now?
First of all, before any of this, I just want to apologize to the 16 team. We were driving hard at the end. We got a lot of respect for him, and just rushed the throttle and got tight off and squeezed him in the fence. So sorry to the 16 guys, but man, this is awesome. This is only the second time I've ever drove a tour modified, so I don't know. I'd like to say this isn't supposed to happen, but I'll take it all day. So Gary Putnam, Curb Records, SRI Performance, all these guys, they work so hard. Gary keeps his car right in his house, in his garage, and he is so damn smart, man. It's a pleasure to drive this race car.
You know, you had Patrick Emmerling closing in on you in the closing laps. He's a 3-time ROC modified champion. What were they telling you on the radio? Did you know that he was closing the gap, or could you see him coming?
No, David Werner, my spotter, he did a great job, and I didn't really know who was back there. I was just seeing one back, 1.5, 2, and I didn't dare to take my eyes off ahead of me and look in the mirror who it was, but yeah, I mean, these guys are such great drivers, and it's a pleasure to race with them. I got a lot of respect for all these guys, and Patrick Emmerling is an incredible race car driver, so to win and have him run second tonight is it's pretty cool.
You know, Matt Hirschman, Justin Bonsignor, Andy Seiss, Burt Myers, John Blewett III, these legends have won this modified race, and now you get to add your name to that list.
Yeah, and Gary Putnam's race car, so that's even cooler.
Max McLaughlin, ladies and gentlemen, picks up the win here in the North-South Shootout.